A.K. Pradeep's The Buying Brain begins with a bold claim: the human brain is the most powerful decision-making engine on Earth, yet it often makes choices for reasons we barely recognize. Pradeep, a pioneer in the field of neuromarketing, draws on years of research measuring brain waves and neural activity to reveal exactly how the subconscious drives consumer behavior. The book is both a guide and a manifesto for marketers who want to build brands that resonate with the hidden layers of the mind. He starts by explaining that the human brain evolved over hundreds of thousands of years to prioritize survival, not shopping. Much of what influences purchasing, emotional reactions, sensory cues, and primal instincts, stems from ancient neural circuits. Rational thought can shape decisions, but most buying happens first in the subconscious. Pradeep calls this the first moment of truth, when a person sees, hears, or touches something and feels a deep, instantaneous reaction. Pradeep dives into the anatomy of the brain, describing how different regions handle emotion, memory, and attention. The limbic system governs emotional responses, while the prefrontal cortex tries to make sense of them. When brands engage both areas, creating emotional arousal and giving it a story, the result is a powerful, memorable connection. One of the core lessons is that marketers must design messages that first trigger emotion and then supply logical reasons to justify the feeling. The book places enormous emphasis on sensory marketing. According to Pradeep, our senses are gateways to the subconscious. Visual elements, such as color and shape, instantly trigger associations. But sound, scent, and touch can be even more effective because they slip past critical reasoning. He explains how a soft texture on packaging, a distinctive aroma in a store, or a signature sound can build familiarity and trust, leading to a sense of comfort that influences decisions without conscious awareness. One vivid example involves food packaging. Pradeep describes how a snack manufacturer redesigned their bags to make a crispier, crunch sound when opened. Brain scans showed that this subtle change increased perceived freshness and satisfaction. Such examples reinforce the idea that even small sensory details can dramatically impact buying behavior. Pradeep also explores how storytelling engages the brain. He explains that humans are hardwired to respond to narrative because it helps us make sense of the world. A brand that tells a clear, emotionally resonant story activates mirror neurons in the brain, allowing customers to place themselves inside the narrative. This is why advertising campaigns that depict relatable people overcoming challenges or fulfilling dreams often outperform purely informational ads. Memory plays a pivotal role in purchasing decisions. The brain filters enormous volumes of sensory data, retaining only what it deems important. To be remembered, a brand must stand out and repeatedly reinforce the same message. Pradeep emphasizes consistency. Frequent exposure to the same logo, tagline, and sensory cues strengthens neural connections, making the brand more likely to be top of mind at the moment of choice. Another insight involves the idea of cognitive ease. The brain likes what feels familiar and simple to process. If packaging is cluttered, or messaging is complicated, the subconscious often rejects it as unsafe or untrustworthy. Pradeep advises brands to remove friction by streamlining visuals, reducing cognitive load, and making the path to purchase feel effortless. He discusses the importance of novelty and surprise in capturing attention. While the brain prefers familiarity, it is also wired to notice unexpected elements. A product that combines recognizable features with a twist, like a new flavor or a creative design, stimulates curiosity and encourages exploration. This balance between safety and novelty is a recurring theme in the book. Pradeep devotes several chapters to product innovation, urging marketers to test prototypes with neuroscience tools instead of relying solely on surveys. He explains that traditional research often fails because people can't accurately predict how they will feel when interacting with a product. By measuring brain responses directly, companies can refine features before launch to maximize emotional engagement and purchase intent. Ethics are a consistent undercurrent in the narrative. Pradeep acknowledges that neuromarketing gives companies unprecedented influence over consumers' subconscious minds. He warns against abusing this power and advocates transparency and respect. Brands, he argues, have an obligation to create value and improve people's lives rather than simply manipulate them into buying more. The final chapters focus on actionable frameworks. Pradeep offers a model he calls the buying brain operating system, which guides marketers through 4 key steps: attract attention, evoke emotion, embed memory, and trigger action. Each stage draws on specific neural principles, such as using visual salience to grab focus or tapping into emotion to create long-term loyalty. In closing, the buying brain is a call to action for any business leader or marketer who wants to go beyond superficial messaging and connect with customers at the deepest level. Pradeep makes the case that when brands align their offerings with the subconscious mind, through emotion, sensory richness, and authentic stories, they can create not only more effective marketing but also richer, more meaningful experiences.